Lost in the Sahara, full real adventure story in April 1994. Mauro Prosperi, a 39-year-old former Italian police officer and experienced marathon runner, stood at the starting line of the Marathon des Sables, the toughest foot race on Earth. A 250 kilometers ultramarathon across the scorching Sahara Desert. The sun was rising, casting an orange glow across the dunes, as runners adjusted their backpacks, preparing to endure searing heat, blistering winds, and the endless sands of Morocco's deserts. But Mauro didn't know that in a few days, he would face a nightmare he never imagined. Day 1 to 3, the race. The first days were harsh but manageable. The heat climbed above 50 degrees Celsius, sand stuck in every fold of clothing, and the endless dunes drained every ounce of energy. Mauro pushed forward, confident, drinking measured sips of his water supply, sticking to the marked routes, and focusing on finishing the challenge. Day 4, the storm. On the fourth day, a massive sandstorm rolled across the desert, turning the sky dark, and winds howled like monsters, pushing sand into every gap. Visibility dropped to 0. Mauro covered his face and kept moving, trying to stay on track. But the storm raged for 8 hours, blowing him miles off course. When the storm ended, Mauro found himself alone, off route, and with no sign of other runners or the race path. The fight for survival, Mauro realized he was lost in the Sahara. At first, he tried to retrace his steps using his compass and instinct, but each dune looked the same, and the blazing sun drained him with every step. Days passed. His water ran out, his lips cracked, and his skin burned under the relentless sun. He tried to collect moisture by sucking on wet wipes, but it was not enough. Desperation grew, and his body weakened. Drinking his own urine to survive, Mauro made the desperate choice to drink his own urine to stay alive, taking small sips to fight dehydration. He stumbled upon an abandoned Muslim shrine in the middle of the desert. There he found shade and a temporary shelter, but no water. Bats lived inside the shrine. In his desperation, Mauro killed a few bats and drank their blood, an instinctual act for survival. Hallucinations and despair. The heat played tricks on his mind. He saw mirages of rescue teams and water pools, only to wake up and find the endless burning sand. Mauro thought of his wife and children in Italy, and the thought of seeing them again kept him moving when every part of him wanted to give up. At one point, he attempted to end his suffering by slitting his wrists, but his body was so dehydrated that his blood clotted, and he survived the attempt. Rescue after 9 days, after 9 brutal days, Mauro was found by a nomadic family in Algeria, over 180 miles away from where he had started. They gave him water and took him to a hospital, where doctors found he had lost over 40 pounds and was severely dehydrated, but alive. Reflection, Mauro Prosperi's story became legendary, not just because he survived the Sahara, but because he embodied resilience, adaptability, and the will to live. Later, Mauro even returned to complete the Marathon des Sables, proving that the human spirit can conquer even the harshest deserts.